Hello, Bigfoot enthusiasts. We're back.
Are you a poltergeist child?
Yeah, we
What the
are.
heck?
Hi, I'm Scott with Squatch America.
And I'm Hannah, domestic goddess, chief cook, and doggy mama here in the paddy wagon tonight. And yes, I have my coffee. It's a good thing because we are exhausted.
We are. It's been a rough month.
Yeah.
We've been doing all these trade shows, one right after the other.
And me gallivanting off to places far and wide and bringing home germs.
We've been sick for the last week. It's not been fun, but hi, Renee and Michelle.
And Scott and Galen.
And Scott and Galen.
And I'm fully expecting a small audience tonight because
we've been gone for 2 weeks.
3 weeks? I think
3 weeks.
I don't even remember. It's been so crazy. Anyway, thank you. Those of you who are here, thank you for all of your grace. So with that
beautiful bean footage. All right. It's been a wonderful new year.
It's been busy.
It's been busy. Oh my gosh.
It's been busy. And we are coming at you tonight from Klamath Falls, Oregon.
Yes.
I can't think of a description.
It's just Klamath Falls, Oregon.
But you know, I went into the hippie store today, had to go grocery shopping, and I went into the hippie store, otherwise known as Natural Grocers. And because we spend so much time in dinky little towns, I love a good health food store. It smelled like patchouli, and I got these awesome snacks for us called protein pucks that tasted like suet. Anyway,
yeah,
it's exciting.
It does.
Suet snacks.
It was like that bird seed stuff suet you buy.
Yeah,
but it's for people, and it wasn't fun. No.
Anyway, but we got instantly, like, we're in the line just checking out. And she says, I had an encounter. I was up in Estacada. I got to tell you about it. He said, yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
Okay. So anyway.
So yeah. So it's been fun. We've been getting lots of great time. Hannah was gone last week on her other job thing. She had to fly to Dallas. So Scott Goble, who's in the chat, thank you very much,
and
sir. Michelle
and
Steve, who came out and helped me out at the Anderson, California show. It was a lot of fun. The show didn't have a lot of people show up, but we had a lot of fun together and sharing stories and stuff. And so now I have a PowerPoint tonight of some of the stuff that we found. Some of it. Yes. And Lockbird said proof of life. We're here. We're still alive.
Yeah. No, I could get honest about, Lockbeard. I don't think you understand how much preparation goes into these damn PowerPoints. If we ask Scott to get on and just start talking, he can't do it.
Yeah.
He can't do it. He's not. How would you do on Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Oh, I do okay, because I've had acting classes and stuff. But
well, you should incorporate some of that into your life.
I really should.
Anyway, now I can go live online and talk for 57 hours about nothing and keep an audience engaged for some reason. But
yep. And
anyway, hi Rick.
Hi Rick. We saw you in Medford.
Yep. And Sabine from Quebec.
Awesome.
Probably related to you.
Good chance. So all these Acadians are related anyway. So yeah. So we want to talk about these sportsman shows we're doing. We're on our last one this weekend. If you're in the Klamath Falls area or want to go to the Klamath Falls area for no reason whatsoever.
Does anyone ever want to go to Klamath Falls?
No, but we're going to be here this weekend at the last the last episode of the Sportsman Shows that we're doing. It's the 5th of 5, and we're looking forward to seeing all the folks here. This is a new one, so we have never done this show before.
Yeah, so we're hoping for a really good turnout. Maybe because it's a new thing, people will just swamp us. Anyway, and welcome to Mark McLaughlin. He says he's listening to an episode from Blurry Creatures about a man who shot Squatch when he was young.
Oh, cool.
I'm sad now.
Yeah.
Don't get me started. I've already apparently started about, wanting to love on animals. Anyway. Okay. There were Renee was in somewhere warm. I'm sure there were a lot of Canadians in Punta Cana.
I don't know where that is.
It's somewhere warm.
Anyway.
I am absolutely done with winter. Winter can pack its bags and leave. I have been cold since September when we were over on Diamond Lake.
So,
and I've yet to warm up.
Oh, and while everybody's just finally getting all packed in here, one last thing. We were, for the folks who can't remember who is, but for the folks who were going to try to meet up with us over in the Florence, Oregon area
next week,
that has changed. We're not going there. We have to actually jet up after this show to Yakima, Washington. There's an R in that. And
my uncle recently transitioned to the next plane of existence.
Yeah, her uncle just passed away, and we're going to go up to his funeral and graveside stuff, and then so instead of driving all the way back down here and then going all the way back up to
we're going to go to Mount Hood for a few weeks.
We're going to go hang out on Mount Hood and do some squatching for a few weeks. So there's that. We might see you on the Bigfoot Highway.
Maybe.
Ooh, okay. The Oregon Bigfoot Highway.
All right. Mark, way to just. Yes. He says there's one more winter blast. No. I refuse. Let me tell you about my uncle. I'm getting lots of sympathy and hugs, and thank you so much. My Uncle David.
Thanks, Dale.
My Uncle David was he was something. He was a Marine, retired Marine. So already hard-headed, stubborn ass. Knew everything twice over. You couldn't teach him anything. But after he retired and he married the sweetest lady alive, my Aunt Heather, who is still with us, and she truly a golden-hearted woman. But after he retired from the Marines, actually, I bet you didn't know this, he and his wife and 3 kids lived in a school bus, and they traveled around the country for years. And they were raising money because he was an Assembly of God minister, and he spent most of his Assembly of God ministry career after that in Eastern. Once the kids were grown and out of school, he went to Eastern Europe, and he started developing drug addiction recovery centers all through Eastern Europe. He probably spent, he only came to this, he and Heather would only come back to the States long enough to raise more money, and then they would just hightail it right back to some country ending in Albania and all those Estonia and all those Eastern European countries like the Baltic areas and stuff. He, if there's a drug rehab center there, he's the one who built it, and he's the one who developed it. So anyway, he was a brilliant man. He was the first person in our family to have, I think he has a doctorate degree in psychology. And so we had a lot in common. Cool. And he was always very kind to me, and I love my cousins that he produced. And so, anyway. Okay. There we go.
All right. And Janice, we'll give you a call. Janice said she could go squatching with us on that hood. All right. So let's get into some of the fun stuff and get into the Bigfoot topic.
Finally.
finally.
Because we have a short night, because at 6 o'clock sharp is the Bigfoot Roundtable, and
Yeah,
you don't want
right
to
after
miss
this, you don't want to miss it. Okay, so I gotta do the old share the old screenio thing,
What are you babbling
all those
about?
words.
He's just nuts. Nuts.
So I can't believe we're on episode 156. All right. So we're going to be talking about the blurry Bigfoot photos. Woohoo! There's one. There's one now.
It's a pretty good blurry. That's quite a blob squatch.
Yep.
There's a textural difference. It almost looks like a void.
Yep.
There's a void of foliage.
Yep. And I put a red circle around it because it's not a Bigfoot unless there's a red circle around it. So that's how that works. And so what do you guys think? So here's the story. There's a kind of a colorized version of it to make it a little stand out a little bit more. I tried doing a couple different versions. But here's the actual photo. This gentleman and his son were investigating these trees that were broken off.
That just pops right out there.
And then you get the picture in the background. If you can see the...
Oh my gosh.
They were investigating these trees, and if you notice, you got one broken this way, one broken that way, and one up here that's broken off way high that way. So I was on the wrong screen. That way. So you get these three broken in different directions, and they're fresh too. You can see how fresh that is. And then boom, in the background, you got Squatchy there.
Or something. I just think that the texture of that is so different. It does not look like pareidolia. It doesn't resemble the foliage at all to me. It really looks like, I mean, the text, I just keep going back to the texture of it. The texture, the visual texture is so different.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting, and a lot of people will get these photos where they're investigating some Bigfoot stuff. And he actually was out looking for Bigfoot stuff. And they get these photos, and then they don't notice it until after they look at the photo, like, oh my gosh. Scott Goble says, I'm sold. and Scott and I both know this. I mean, we've got photos of our own that, like, you look in the background, and you're like, oh, it was right there looking at me. And I never noticed it in real life. So here's the...
By the way, I haven't seen any of these pictures, folks. This is all first for me.
So, these gentlemen sent me these. This was, I believe, in Medford. And, but what's got me is these trees were broken like this in different directions. And this one's like way tall. I think the kid was 6 foot, which is he's right here. He's right here. And I think if we move him up here, so that's about 6 foot.
That's about 12 foot tall.
About 12 foot. But if you were standing up the hill further, you could reach up that far and break it off. And then that's broke off. But here's the weird part. If it was like a snowfall kind of thing, there'd be a whole bunch of trees in the background here broken off. And a whole bunch up and down the road, but just to have these three in this particular area broken off in different directions.
Dale is asking, it's somewhat blurry. Is it a still shot pulled from a video?
It is. It is. It was a still shot pulled from a video. So that's where you get the blur.
Because the texture is totally different. Blob squatch.
Because the camera was moving.
Yeah. But the blob squatch in the background actually almost looks like whatever that is not stationary.
Right.
It's not. It doesn't have a stationary. It's a stationary pose that it's in.
Right. So if we zoom in on it.
Yeah, it's the texture, man. The texture's killing me. The closer
it's
you get,
different,
the more it looks way more solid.
And the length of the arm gets me too. How long it is.
And the fact that was a fairly fresh structure, I wonder if that was like recently, I mean, like that was, if that is, in fact, then was that the one that did that tree structure, and he's going, hey, they're messing with my sticks.
Yeah, something like that. But this wasn't the only thing they found in that area. And hi, Greg from Idaho. And there was another one that was broken off way up here. Which gets another one that gets me is this tree here. I don't know if it was wind damage or whatever. It could have been, but there's no foliage on it. So, you know, it's not snow, wouldn't accumulated enough weight on it to break it off. That's all I'm saying. But if he's 6 foot, that's probably 12 then if you stack two of them up there. So, Lockbeer said that tree was weak.
Just weak and pathetic.
Weak and pathetic. That's a true story.
That's not much.
I agree. I agree with the weak and pathetic. And then also on this trip, they also got this photo.
No, I think I saw that photo, but I didn't know quite. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. What?
Where were we hiking? We were hiking somewhere, making a video, and we came. It was. There was still a little bit of snow, but remember we had to. What road were we on? And we came across these. Was it when we were going back to reinvestigate Marble? No, was it Marble Creek?
I don't remember.
Because remember we were hiking somewhere on a road. We had the dog. There were little waterfalls, and then we could only go so far before we ran into, you know, the whole road was covered with these. Remember that?
Mm-hmm. That was up Mount Ireland.
Mount Ireland. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't know if that means anything. I thought it was just winter fall, but or something. But anyway, sorry, go back to your slide.
Yeah, and Renee said the different directions from that other trees were what gets me is how, why would they fall different directions and break off different directions? This could have been a good windstorm in a certain direction. All right. Though Scott, Goble, and I have found we were on some roads where a bunch of trees were pushed over just to keep us from going down it. And some of them were woven together from different directions. And then Dale and I found something in Maine similar to this, but it was just the tree tops in a circle, which was freaky.
So Lockbeard says the different directions. So put Lock's comment up there.
Which one?
The one at the very bottom of the thing. There you go. See, that was easy. It was a multi-trunk tree, each trunk leaning out in different directions. So naturally, when they break, they fall in the direction of the lean. Multi-trunk tree.
Mm-hmm.
Is that when like three grow so close together that eventually they just kind of become one trunk?
No, that means all these are growing off one trunk at the bottom. All these trees down here.
Okay.
Which you have a point, sir.
Could be. That's just that weird texture blob in the back. Just is funny.
What I would like to see is to go back to this spot and take this picture without that black blob up there.
Yeah.
That's the thing we need to do.
So next time you're out, go out multiple days or multiple times of day or something and take the same picture in the same spot so that you can say, all right, because that's what I wish you had kept those, but you didn't, or you lost them. When you had your sighting,
no, I still have them.
You have them? Because he has the original frames from his sighting where frame number 1, there's nothing there. Frame number 2, holy crap, there's a face. Frame number 3, there's nothing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and then Greg says this could have been a microburst blowdown, which is very, 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 very true. I mean, we have those in Oregon a lot. We've had a couple just in the town. We used to live in Baker City. We'd have a microblast off the mountain every once in a while, and it would tear down power lines and
big trees.
Big trees would all over town.
Roofs would cave in.
It was
All right.
And it happened every year almost.
Yep. Hey, while we're blathering about that, make sure you hit like and subscribe. And please, if you're already subscribed, please don't hit subscribe again. Just make sure. So like, subscribe, share this channel, do all the things. We are almost up to 3,000 subs. So thank you very much.
Oh, where's my backgrounds?
Where are your backgrounds?
I have no idea what happened. What happened there? There we go.
Look at that. Isn't that much better?
Look, I even made this fun little thing here.
Yeah, like, subscribe, leave a comment, leave any comment. Comment on each other's comments. Have a party. Have a comment party.
There you go. That's it.
All right. Okay, so hey, it is after a quarter, you know, since we got a short show, maybe we should show an ad.
Show an ad?
Do you have our new one left?
The what one? Okay, we have a new sponsor, and that's coming very, very soon. We're working on the ad for them this week. So, well, I'm in Yakima, but we can play this ad because
they're still on. As we travel and search for Bigfoot, we use a lot of equipment that uses the internet to operate. Also, in our town hall meetings and live streams, we need a reliable connection. We use Nomad Internet. There's a link and discount code below, so join us and have internet access on the go. I think that's got to be one of my favorite pictures of me.
Really?
Yes, I love it. I was adorable that day.
You were adorable that day.
Yeah.
Oh, you're funny. So.
All right. All right. Back to your slideshow.
Back to the slideshow.
By the way, how's the sound, everyone? Or do we have decent sound this time?
I hope we're doing okay. So this could have been a microblast. So here is the next photo. We got. Whoop, look at that beauty right there.
That is one heck of a print.
That is. It looks like a rock foot to me.
With the rock still there.
With the rock still there. There's a famous one from Paul Freeman. Has one they call Rockfoot.
Well, that's the original cast. It's because the Rockfoot cast that we have is a copy, and so
right.
it would have copied the rock, and that's the original.
This is an original cast. So what I did was, because I don't have any measurements on it, but it's sitting on a picnic table, which is made by 2x6s, which are 5.5 inches wide. So if I take my little arrow and measure the width of the 2x6 and then slap the same length arrow up against everything on the frame, we're looking at about 16.5 inches on that one. That's a big boy.
Mm-hmm.
Then plus it's 5.5, maybe 7 inches wide, which makes it about the right width.
And notice those toes are not splayed like some that we see.
Right. But they're okay.
They're okay. I was just saying they're not splayed. You don't have the pinky toe, because remember how some Bigfooters have a problem with a pinky toe that's too far to the side.
No, too far, too curved in.
Or too curved in.
Just wearing shoes.
Oh.
Splaying is good.
Okay. Well, I don't see Shaq going out into the woods and doing that. Sorry.
Well, the difference between a human foot and a Bigfoot foot is the width. This thing is as wide, half as wide as it is long, basically, is the rule. I mean, it doesn't have to be exact, but that's the rule. So, hi, Doug.
If you missed us, Doug, we are not able to come to Florence.
Yeah. So, that's a pretty cool print. And this is the lovely lady who found it. So, we're going to have more to come on this. Actually, we are in the process of tracking her down right now. And we are going to meet up with this lady. I'm going to hopefully make a copy of this cast, or at least see it, hold it in my hands. And we're going to interview her and do the whole Bigfooty thing with her, and find out where it was found and do a whole investigation kind of stuff. So right now, the guy who sent me these photos was friends with this lady, so he's getting everything set up right now. So there's going to be more to come on this lovely Bigfoot find.
Yeah, Locke says back to that picture of the tree break with the oddly weird textured dark spot in the back.
Okay. This one?
Yeah, that one. He says he sees nothing out of the ordinary in the picture. Trees fall just like that all the time. A straight trunk is less likely to fall, and the dark area in the back inconclusive. Could be anything. Absolutely. Interesting, but not conclusive. That's like everything.
Yeah, it is.
But I just think the texture of that is off. And I can say that. It's like there's something odd. I don't know what it is. So anyway.
So cool. There's that.
Hey, what if we did a Squatch America meetup in the Portland area while we're over there?
We could.
We could do a town hall, or, well, kind of like we did in Welch's, or we could just meet up and descend on the NABC.
We could. You guys want to get together and raid
Cliff's place?
Cliff's place? That sounds fun. We could do that.
And there's a great coffee shop right there, too. Just
yeah, there
FYI.
is.
Okay, you're almost at the end of your PowerPoint.
Well, I am at the end of the PowerPoint. So we had a whole bunch more stories. I have them written down. Isn't Portland a war zone now? Yes, it is.
Well, we aren't actually going into Portland.
We're not anywhere near Portland. We're in
the total outskirts.
Totally on Mount Hood, halfway up the mountain.
Mount Hood, boring.
We're looking down on Portland, but
yeah, we don't actually go into the city.
No, not even close.
Even before all the shenanigans, we avoided Portland, all that.
So I think at this time we're going to tell you where we're going to be before I do this last thing.
Oh, all right then. Where are we going, sir? Did you change your sign?
I did. We're going places.
Did you put the new July thing in
Yeah, we
there?
did.
Awesome. He was up until 2 this morning. So.
Here we go.
All right. So as you can see, we are in Klamath Falls, Oregon at the Sportsman and Outdoor Show. And then after my family affairs and spending some time on Mount Hood, we will be in the Portland area, Oak Grove, Oregon, on April 13th for the Fallen Outdoors Oregon Banquet. And then we are going to meander our way up the Washington coast until we wind up in Forks, Washington on Memorial Day weekend for Forks Sasquatch Days. And then we are going to toddle our way back to Eastern Oregon for the Elgin Excursion Train on June 8th. And then back up to Washington, Father's Day weekend from the Medellin Falls Bigfoot
Is this
Fest.
the Medellin Falls poster?
That is the Medellin Falls
poster.
Bigfoot.
So Jesus Payan.
He's going to be back.
He's going to be back. And Tom Seawood, us with Squatch America, Mel Skahan, and I can't read that.
That's Angelique's group.
Angelique's group. I forgot what she calls it. The Discovery.
Anyway, she's awesome.
She's awesome.
She's my gal pal.
We'll be there for those 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
And then moving right along.
Then after that, the weekend after, please, everyone, descend upon Baker City, Oregon for the 3rd Blue Mountain Bigfoot Festival. And then, there's, and what do you think of that logo? Put that back up. Isn't that gorgeous? I want to give a shout out to Jessica Hobson. She is with Travel Baker County over there. She's part of the Travel Oregon crew, and she designed that. We're going to have t-shirts made from that. It is a beautiful, beautiful logo. We love it so much.
So,
thank you, Jessica.
And also Mel Skahan will be part of that.
Blue Mountain Bigfoot Festival?
Yep.
What?
No, not Mel Skahan.
Tom
Seawood and
Robert Leiterman.
Robert Leiterman and ourselves will be there for that.
And we might have some surprises too.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then after that, you've got an exciting Bigfoot excursion planned between those two things, don't you?
Yep.
And so the next place you'll see us in public. Now, this is exciting. Explain what this is.
What?
The July 11th.
July 11th, the Eugene Emeralds, which is a baseball team.
So a farm team for the San Francisco Giants.
Yeah, the farm team for the San Francisco Giants, minor league team, is having their logo is. Did I have that piece of paper? What's their logo on it?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
there it is. The Eugene Emeralds, their logo is a Bigfoot.
With a tree bat.
With a tree. He uses the tree as a bat. So, so that's their logo. They're having their Sasquatch appreciation game day.
July 11th.
July 11th. We will be there for the opening.
We are their special Bigfoot guests.
Yes, for the Sasquatch appreciation day at the baseball thing. I hope Hannah doesn't have to throw out the first pitch.
That's going to go about a foot.
Or me and Dale can confirm I throw like a girl also. So, but anyway, but we'll be there. We'll be doing a little talk before the game, and we'll have our museum set up, and you can come chat with us at the game.
Take me out to the ball
So
game.
that'll be fun.
I should rewrite that for Sasquatch. That would be fun. Anyway, then after that, a week later, we will be at the Glide Bigfoot Festival. And then between July... There's Glide.
And that'll be us and Tom.
Yay.
We're doing 3 or 4 festivals this year with Tom.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. Getting to know Tom and Peggy really well.
Yeah.
And then between Glide, right after Glide, we are going to take the next month. We're going to do something different.
Yep.
We are going to park the paddy wagon and park the Squatch mobile, and we are going to rent us a nice rig and drive with Daisy from Oregon back to Maine. And celebrate with cousin Courtney as she marries her sweet baboo. And then we're going to come back here and get back to our schedule. But we've got lots of time in there, so that's going to be fun. And our final event of the season will be the Olympic Strange Days up in Northern Washington. This event, it was put up. The tickets went on sale like a week ago, and they're already sold out. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's a very small gathering, but it is right up my alley because there might be incense burning. So there might be talk of UFOs.
It's put
on. We
on.
might meditate and try and connect. It's put on by Tobe Johnson.
Tobe Johnson and the folks from the movies.
Brett Eichenberger and Jill Remensnyder.
Yeah, and I can never say those names.
Anyway. The people who produced and created Flash of Beauty
films. Yeah.
So I'm really excited. I actually have never met them in person. And I am really excited.
Actually, you have.
No, I have not.
Yes, you have.
No, where?
In Yakima.
Well, I didn't actually meet them. They were there on the stage, and I was in the booth talking to people. So I have never. Okay, let me reframe that. I've never had any significant contact with them, and I'm really excited about getting to know them.
So there's that.
Anyway,
there's all this
incense, meditation.
There's something wrong with her.
All right. Renee, what do you mean let you know when you come through?
We will. Yeah, we're going to be spending some significant time, and we'll send you a message.
Not much significant time, but
we'll send you. You might be able to go out with us and bar and stuff. So
yes,
yeah, we'll let you know. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of stuff with a whole bunch of other people we can't talk about yet. All right, so but
I literally don't know what he's talking about there.
No, you do. You just don't remember.
Well, that's fair. That's fair.
So it's some Blue Mountain stuff's going to be happening here.
Oh, that yes. Okay. All right. Well, so do you have one final slide?
I do have one final thing. Actually, we had a bunch of problems with our audio, so I have to do this a little bit differently. before. I figured out what the problem was. When I'm sharing a screen, it plays audio twice. I don't know why, but here's an interesting thing, and I want you to pick out the. I hope you can hear this well, but I want you to pick out some things about this guy's testimony. Whenever somebody tells me a Bigfoot story, there's always
testimony.
Well, he's doing a testimony about what he saw. But here we go. Anyway, so I'll preface this a little bit. I didn't get the camera on in time. I was kind of fake, holding my phone like this in my hand.
Well, where's your fancy microphone?
I did have my fancy microphone on, but I didn't. I haven't had a chance because I was sick, couldn't download the video. But I kind of crossed my arms and holding my phone like this and filming him while he was talking. So he's talking about a story. He was driving truck driver. He was headed to a lumber mill to get a load. He had a flatbed trailer, and it was in the snow. And this is what happened to him. Here we go.
Spread axle flatbed trailer. And I'm looking at that. It's a bear. It's a bear. Or what? And as I was going, I got closer, and the thing turned around and stood up. I went. I looked right at it, dude, just like eyeball to eyeball. I said, "What?" The thing looked right at me. I looked right at it. It jumped straight up the wall of snow and just took off running right through the woods. And as I went by, I could see the snow prints, because you're pretty high in a semi.
Yeah.
And I could see the prints in the snow. Did I just see?
Would have been a bear. He would have been footprints.
And
Well,
when I got to the sawmill, I told the forklift driver, "Oh man, let's get some dogs. Let's go back up there, man." He's all excited about that.
Yeah.
But I'm working. I'm supposed to pick up a load. I just
Can't stop.
yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
good story.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I never believed.
So yeah, he went on to finish that. I never believed in Bigfoot until that day. So some of the things first of all, there's something else I want to point out. That was the third time he told me that story that day. I mean, he told me the story, and then he told me the story again, and then he told me the story again. I got on the film like the third time he told me that story. But he was so excited to get it out. He just kept getting it out. He just kept talking about it and talking about it. And this happened to him years ago. And one of the things that really stuck out to me was he really wanted us to know that he saw it eyeball to eyeball, because later on I talked to him about it. He was sitting in a semi truck. It stood up and turned around and looked right in the windshield, right in his eyes. If you think about that, eyeball to eyeball, he was sitting in a semi truck.
That's at least 10 feet tall.
Yes, at between 8 and 10, I would say. So that was one thing. And another thing he said, when it jumped from the road up to the side of the hill, he prefaced that it jumped as high as he can raise his arm. Mm. So, I mean, that wasn't the only time we heard stories that day. There's a lot of them we didn't get recorded. I have a lot of them written down, but ask Scott. We'll have to have Scott on in the show.
I think Scott could
come on and fill the show with all the stuff we heard that weekend, and Michelle too.
That actually might be a fun show. Hey, how about next week, guys? You wanna come on and be our guests next week?
Yeah. And then and Scott said he also that weekend had a UPS driver. And people don't realize, I always get the question, well, why don't people see these things all the time if they're real? people do see these things all the time, you just don't believe them most of the time.
Because it's interesting, but not conclusive.
I know. But
Where's my finger?
yeah. But, you know, you can ask Scott and Michelle, because they spent a day. Scott spent the whole weekend there. Michelle spent a day with us hanging out in that booth. And you'll be surprised. I mean, probably 1 out of every 3 people that come into the booth will tell you their encounter.
Yeah. Hey, Pappy's on tonight. Hey, Pappy, so good to see you. It's been a minute. He asks, what ratio of old versus new reports do you encounter at these gatherings, at these things?
Okay, that's a great question.
What a fantastic question.
Yes. They're probably, I would say, if I had to pick a ratio, 70-30, probably 70% of them are older.
Meaning they've told you before, or they're from the past?
They're from the past.
Yeah.
You know, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, this happened to me, you know, stuff like that. But there are the occasions where, like, we were out last week, or 2 months ago. 2 months ago. I don't know where you want to break the old and new thing with it, but I usually go within the last year. Probably we get probably 30% of them are within like the last year or so.
So Renee has a comment, you know, we're talking about people, well, if people see them all the time, you know, why don't we hear, you know, why don't they, whatever. And she said, or they just keep quiet. It's true, because there's a huge stigma about having an encounter with something that is outside the mainstream worldview. But now that the government is fessing up about UFOs, hello, I think it's all on the table. And of course, we know that they're doing that just to keep us from watching what's really going on. But Scott got me hooked on Art Bell decades ago, and now he's upset that I'm taking Mr. Bell and his offspring seriously. Anyway, but really, you know, we are so conditioned to only accept what is acceptable to accept, that anything outside of that, you know, they're going to wrap us up in a straitjacket and take us off to the funny farm.
Yeah.
So I have not seen Bigfoot myself. I've heard, and I vocalized back and forth with, and I've had
a stick thrown at you.
Hush up. You know, I've smelled them. I've found prints myself. Okay, I found one print myself. But you know, that I've never seen, but I certainly do. I certainly know that they're out there. So, you know, maybe if I meditate hard enough, one will make contact. Maybe I'll be abducted at the strange encounter.
Maybe you will.
I'm down with that too. Go ahead. Anyway. All right. Anything else for the good of the order?
Yeah, we've got one more sponsor we need to cover.
Okay.
So be right back.
Hello, Bigfoot enthusiasts. Hannah here from Squatch America, and we want to welcome you to Cloudcroft, New Mexico, where mystery meets adventure. Introducing the Bigfoot Encounter Museum, the ultimate destination for all cryptozoology enthusiasts and adventure seekers. Step into a world shrouded in legend and intrigue, where the mysterious stories of Bigfoot come to life. Our museum is a treasure trove of artifacts, exhibits, and interactive displays that delve into the fascinating history and folklore surrounding this legendary creature. Get ready to embark on an immersive journey through time, exploring the captivating tales of eyewitness accounts, footprint casts, compelling documentaries, and so much more. You'll be amazed as you unravel the mysteries and evidence surrounding this elusive and enigmatic creature. Whether you're a skeptic or a true believer, the Bigfoot Encounter Museum in Cloudcroft, New Mexico promises an unforgettable adventure for all ages. Come and create lasting memories as you immerse yourself in the world of Bigfoot lore. Plan your visit today and uncover the secrets of Bigfoot at the Cloudcroft Bigfoot Encounter Museum. Your journey into the unknown awaits. Cloudcroft Bigfoot Encounter Museum, Discover the legend, experience the mystery.
Oh,
Hey.
hi, Spike.
Hey, good to see you in the house. That's okay. I understand. I'm not done for the day. I just took a break for the show.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's the beauty. The beauty of YouTube is you can just go back and watch all these shenanigans.
All right. So
DD said he can't wait for more mind speak that they have with people. And the government is still debating with itself whether or not there are aliens.
yeah.
I have fallen so far down that rabbit hole that there's no getting me out.
And Pappy said,
some folks don't mention the big guys because they don't want them to be bothered. Seems to be mutual respect. And very true.
very, very true. And I'll tell you what, that reminded me, we had on our way out of Anderson, we stopped and got fuel at the Maverick station.
That's
Not
where,
sponsored, but that's where we go.
That's where adventures
It
begins.
But I had a lady come out of the store and walk up to the truck, and I'm about ready to hear a Bigfoot story. She told me a fantastic thing. She gave me, I'm not going to say the place quite yet because I'm still working on it, but she said she used to work for the Forest Service, and they had,
yes, this
and
was
they
just
had,
the other day.
yeah, and they had and she worked at a ranger station, which are up in the mountains. This particular station was on a trail that goes up to a fire lookout, and they would take turns working the lookout, which I don't think they do anymore. But she said, if you ever were to get into that ranger station, she goes, there's a file drawer full of Bigfoot reports that people had told her and other rangers and stuff. When anybody came in, they would take the report, they'd stick it in a file and throw it in that drawer. I'd love to get my hands on that filing cabinet. Anybody want to go break into a ranger station with me and steal a drawer? Okay.
All right. Mike Yeager from Federal Way, Washington. We will not be at Miners Jubilee because we really don't spend a whole lot of time in Baker anymore.
Yeah.
In fact, this year it's looking like 2 weeks in Baker.
Yeah.
That's it. However, June 21st, 22nd, 23rd is the Blue Mountain Bigfoot Festival at the same place in the park.
In the same park.
Join us for that. That'd be fantastic. And Donald says YouTube was late on notification. I've noticed that. I've noticed I'm getting a lot of notifications like hours or even days after something premieres.
Yeah.
It's like,
So, and
oh, look what Doc Ock said about that. You issued an invitation.
What?
Said, yeah. You said, does anyone want to go break into?
Yeah. Oh, and Spike said
you
hi.
already said that.
I know.
We already said
but
that.
I want to say I got it, Spike. Thank you very much for this beautiful coin. Washington State Troopers challenge coin. Awesome.
Oh my gosh, he's been picking up challenge. You should show them the challenge coin that I brought you back from Dallas.
Yeah.
I brought him a very special challenge coin, a very personal challenge coin.
It's in my treasure of challenge coins here.
He's got so many. And sometimes people see his hat and they just hand him one.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
I thought mine was in a little box.
It is. I'm trying to get the box out. There it is.
All right.
So here's the latest challenge coin Hannah got for me. It's from Lieutenant General Michael Flynn. It says, yep. And it says Resilient Patriot on it. And on the other side, it says, what does it say? Pray for the vets, Lieutenant General Michael Flynn.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yep.
So we're
at the booth. I shared his story and walked away with a challenge coin.
Right.
And I got to shake General Flynn's hand in the elevator, and he was just wearing jeans and a button down.
Oh, cool.
So, what is a challenge coin? Asks Janice.
Okay, so
It's a thing. It's a total trend.
It's a total military thing, actually.
Well, and it's spread out to everything.
I think it started way back in like World War I, even. Every unit, if you're in a soldier in your certain unit, your unit had a coin that had your unit information on it.
Did your unit have a coin?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, why don't you have one of those?
I do have one.
Do you?
Yeah, I just don't have. I only have one left. I mean, in what your unit you would keep some of these coins, and you would trade them with other units. It was like a coin trading thing, basically. And or if another unit kind of if I can't remember how it goes. Anyway, if you found another soldier who helped you out a lot, and you're like, oh, thank you very much, you were awesome, here's our challenge coin as like a little reward for respect, basically. Kind of thing. So
basically what you're saying is that those challenge coins are like pogs for soldiers.
Kind of. But Pappy Two Bear says the challenge coins are worth more than the fiat money these days. They probably are. But I have tons of them that people's given me over the years. I've handed out a bunch myself from my unit. Like I said, I don't have any more. I got to find a place where I need to get some challenge coins for my old unit. I think you can make them. They are worth about $20 a piece, actually, to be honest with you.
Yeah. And we should get some Squatch America challenge coins.
We should get some,
because they're all. I've got a Moms for America challenge coin. I have no idea where I put it.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so what do you think? Should we make Squatch America challenge coins and sell them?
Yeah.
There you go. Spike says he put that up there. He gave the story right there. So World War II. Come from World War II. They were made for pilots who were shot down behind enemy lines. Then it became respect for members of the law enforcement and military community. And so, There
you go.
So Janice says she has a Bigfoot coin from Cliff's place.
Oh, really?
We need to go back and see what he's got. Hey, I like logs. Scott's 11 gonna get those files.
Yeah,
can we get George Clooney to help us?
Scott's 11. We're gonna go get those files. Let's do it. I
want George Clooney on the team. All right. Okay.
And with Spike in the house, you did not hear us. We're gonna go rob the thing because. Shh.
There's an Oregon Ranger station with a file full of Bigfoot reports that they keep under lock and key.
Yeah, we want to go get them.
Janice
but don't tell Spike, because Spike happens to be a Washington State trooper. So
anyway, Janice says Cliff puts out a new coin every year.
Does he? Wow. Cool.
We need to catch up.
We need to catch up.
We're not keeping up with the Barrickmans.
Yeah, that is funny.
That would be a great sitcom. Okay. All right. So, yeah, it is. Spike knows nothing. Yeah, it's a federal law that George Clooney has to participate.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, you know what? You got 5 minutes till your next show. So we should probably say, as always, please remember that our job is to investigate the unexplained.
Not to explain the uninvestigated.
So thank you so much for hopping on. Even those of you who hopped on earlier, make sure you go back, watch the replay, like, subscribe, make comments, party in the comments. Woo! Yeah. And
stick around for the next show in just a few minutes.
For the Bigfoot Roundtable.
Bigfoot Roundtable, or once a month.
So anyway, so for the rest of this week and in the next week, y'all keep watching and
we'll keep squatching.
Bye now.
And go out and find Bigfoot. I'm looking for the button.
That damn Sasquatch.